Good evening, I'm Giuseppe Basile, I'm the Innocent Trader. You can find at the website www.fibstalker.com. I also post regularly on Twitter using the @fibstalker nickname. Good evening, today is February the 17th, 2014, and in this video I'm going to review for you the 11 markets I follow. This is a daily update that I share with my subscribers on the newsletter, and we'll also share it today on the blog. So let's start very quickly on the Euro versus US Dollar Forex, and as you know, I'm looking at support here. It's not regular trace here, but we are getting some support at this 134.98, 135 basically, and we identified a sequence of measured move higher here, and we have now support that has been identified and verified by the Fibs talking technique at 135.78. The first target will be 137.31, and after we get there, we'll see whether this market will continue higher or will start correcting again, in which case we will trade the next measured move. Moving to the 240 minutes for this market, we can see clearly here the 135 135.70 here, and actually I'm going to retrace it again. It's 135.80, and the fib stalking technique could be used to identify the actual support. We had this measured move 136.54 with a stop above 136.60, and actually price went into the first target 136.11, second target 135.89, and then the next sequence failed after price traded this level of support starting at 135.80, and when price went above 136.01, one of the entry technique would have been to buy 136.01 or 2 and put a stop below lows. And we have target at 137.31 for this move, and we will see what happened here. Moving to the SP 500, we had no changes here. Please review also yesterday free newsletter for the weekend review. You can subscribe for free on the website. So we are having this 1804, which is holding at the moment, bringing price into this 1832, and price is heading to previous size, and that would be the second target here at 1846. After that, we will need to see whether price will keep moving in extensions on, or we will get a break of the sequence, in which case we'll start looking at the short side of things. The dollar index is showing actually reaction, and the reason for this reaction is very simple. If we trace from these highs to lows, and actually a best trace for this would be actually the highs after the high, and we can see that we had participation at this 80.93 here. We price moving into 80.31 and then 79.99, so it's like the dollar index hit second target before the euro could hit the first target. Now when that happens, we know that the probability of continuing lower it's very thin, so we are going to get, and we are getting a retracement into the next measure move. So we will need to see whether price breaks above this 80.32, in which case we could actually see a move higher, rally higher, possibly into the even into the all the way halfway back here, which you see aligns up with that 20-day moving average, which could provide the resistance. Moving to the gold mini future, we know that we had a nice sequence here. Congratulations to those who went long. So we had the first measured move 1214, support target 1263, and then market retraced and never failed the stop in the next measured move here. So entry at 1244 with a stop at 1235 would have been rewarded with more than 6 reward to risk trade here. And at the moment we see that market went above that 13.15. So if we get a retrace here, we need to make sure that price will hold this 12.95, and if we want to see a continuation higher. Otherwise, there is the possibility of a move lower. We can see here that if we lose 12.96 within this area, then the shorts will be in place, and then we would see actually a level at 12.56, but we still don't know whether this 13.37 will be broken on the upside. If that happens, then the bear case will not be there anymore. US dollar versus Japanese yen, what we were anticipating is happening here, and actually yesterday we saw a nice reaction to this level 101.54 that I mentioned yesterday in the newsletter. As you can see today, Tuesday bar here is already moving higher, and now we have two targets. The first target is related to the wider move support at 94, which has the potential to bring price into first target and second target. 108.33 is the first target. The inner measure move is gonna help price into that level. In fact, this measure move has a target at 107.23, so that's what we have to anticipate for this market. Same thing for the euro. I mentioned this 136.65 level yesterday in the free newsletter review. The market continuing higher, accelerating right now, and we need to see what happens when this market will actually encounter the all the way halfway back. That's very close, 140.94, and it's important to see what's happening on the 240 minutes here, and we can actually see this huge bar higher right now. And actually we know that we are trading in extension here. 138.90 is the level that has been respected here, and traded also on Friday here to Friday opening to the pip, and is bringing price into first target 140.93, and the potential to a continuation higher into 141.98, as this is an extension. So this would actually bring price within this area of resistance. So price pushing higher. Let's see what happens at 140.94, whether bears will step in. I do not anticipate the bears will step in here, if we because this forex pair will be aligned to the other Japanese major. Moving to the pound, a very similar situation. Actually, the pound already confirmed the target 179.08, so that's where we are going. And in fact, we can see this by showing that price already broke yesterday on Monday. It is 170.64. So this is a very bullish action. If you are looking at how you could apply the fib stalking technique to this market, that's something that I can show here to you. This move lower brought price into this area of support that we were able to identify with weeks in advance, because it's a continuation higher from an extension, and a little bit slow here. I want to trace the sequence of measure move lower here. Let me see. The connection is not there anymore. Let me pause this. So we are back, and so the move that I wanted to show you is actually this one. So there was a violation before, but then price started respecting this 171.57, and price went into the first target 166 and second target 164.29, and the next move in the sequence of this extension short. Initially was respected here as this 166.09 acted as a resistance, as you can see here, but eventually the level 166.62 was broken on the upside, and this was the confirmation that there was actual participation within this area from program trading. So this market is moving higher as anticipating on top of this weekly support level starting at 165, support area rather, starting at 165.78, and we are heading into 179.08. Pound versus the US dollar, we hit the second target here, and this is why we are not going much higher. Second target of this 158.42, first target 164.59, second target 167.80, and we saw clearly profit taking happening on Monday. It doesn't mean that we cannot continue higher, but eventually we are going to retrace into these two highs, and if we move lower we should stop and reverse again at 165.40, especially if the euro continues higher. The Australian dollar versus the US dollar, we have a sequence very clear here, which can be seen also on the daily chart. First setup to target 189.69, using the same anchor here. We can see clearly the second setup 089.12, we traded into the 090.39, and again the third setup, which is still so the sequence is still intact, as we can see, and the third setup found support at 089.46 with a target above at 91.24. For this sequence to be interrupted, we need to see price move below the 81.16 or 89.16 here. US dollar versus Canadian dollar, we know that we are facing the weekly level just at these highs. You can review the newsletter, and the next level of support is going to be 109.15. We have been trading a sequence of measured move. There was one all the way halfway back here with resistance 1 starting at 111.30, which progressing to first target 109.89, and again the price retraced all the way halfway back and gave us this new entry short at 110.90 area with targets just right into that level of support 109.15. So we will need to study what happens there. We still didn't get there. This is where program trading is longs ready. Finally, the New Zealand dollar versus US dollar here, we saw again support in this in correspondence of this 081.10 here, and I want to show you what's happening on the 240 minutes here, because this is very important. So we started trading in extension right away, and we had the first and measured move here with a support at 181.95 and stop 081.80 below that level, and price went into the first target 082.83 and then second target 083.28, and then we got a violation here. Clearly the next trade in the sequence did not hold, and we got a busted setup with the price busting and moving below 82.98. The next reaction progressing to right that first target. Sometimes that happens, but after that we saw a move down. So we have two levels now that we have to watch. One would be the next level in the sequence here, and the next level is actually from the previous from the initial anchor. So I think we are going to move below 083.08. so if you have a short here, just keep it and see what happens around 083.24. before 083.08, the level where you can take off profits. If you don't believe in a continuation lower, it's 082.63. Thank you very much, and have a great evening and trading day tomorrow. Bye bye now.